Yo, what's going on guys, Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. And in this one, we're going to be taking a look at the next set of weapons, which admittedly today I thought we were only going to get 2 because they dropped the hunting horn additionally yesterday by accident, but it turns out they basically decided to give us 3 today, which are the charge blade, the bow, and the gun lance, all looking hella spicy. But in this video, we're going to go through the charge blade. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think, let me know if this is exciting to you, and of course don't forget to keep it locked for plenty more Sunbreak news. So to begin with, of course, the hunter wielding the charge blade is rocking full master rank Magnum Marlowe gear, looking incredibly awesome. I love this armor, it is so awesome, so definitely cannot wait to check that out. And of course that charge blade looking hella spicy. But to begin with, they show off a really awesome move, a Silkbind move called Ready Stance. This is described as a Silkbind maneuver that binds sword and axe together with iron silk, and basically after guarding, a heavy knockback leaves you in sword mode and lowers your guard reaction, so you're able to chain sword and axe attacks. The animation for this looks very similar to, of course, the way you would normally store your files, which of course in and of itself can provide sort of guard points from there. However, the interesting thing with this is it definitely seems to be a longer, much more generous animation. So the idea being that you can sort of preemptively see that you're about to be attacked, hold this stance. Maybe if you read it a little bit wrong, it seems to have like a pretty generous animation, so you can basically sort of hold that for a little bit longer. And then from there appear to be plenty of sort of different ways to flow from there. They say, of course, it leaves you in sword mode, but you can, of course, also see that nice transition where sometimes you can go from this animation and go quickly into that wide axe swing to, of course, get some of the file damage off there. So it seems like it's just a nice transition. But again, the main draw, at least from what I can see here, is that it seems to give you the sort of much more generous animation window, so you can sort of hold it for longer and basically use this more defensively. Definitely looks interesting. I'm very interested to sort of see what exactly we can do from the end of this. We've seen a couple of examples in here, but we know that Charge Blade, of course, has lots of different permutations, so I'm excited to sort of see how that plays out. However, they then go on to show us a really cool new switch skill, which is PHIAL Follow-Up Firing Pin. So this is described as a mechanism that lowers the pressure of elemental energy generated through shield thrust during elemental boost or by sword attacks while in sword boost mode. The elemental energy bursts build up on your target but disappear over time. It can then be detonated by any attack in axe mode and extending the time limit of the elemental burst. So it seems like there's sort of a bit of a trade-off here, at least the way they described it. Again, until we actually get to run this in the training room and sort of test it out, we won't necessarily know for certain, but they seem to sort of describe it in such a way whereby you're sacrificing potential sort of energy slash sort of damage through this initially through your basic attacks like the shield thrust and of course the sword attacks. However, as you can see from this gameplay clip, there is sort of like an elemental attachment on Mecha-Pteranodon's head, and then of course when you go into axe mode you basically sort of detonate it. So it seems like you can kind of line this up, which could actually be quite cool when you think about it. If you say go and perform some moves and say sometimes you miss, if instead you can kind of go through and perform these, stack it up on the head, similar to sort of putting like a worm stake into a monster, and they then reposition, you switch into axe mode, you then sort of line up a nice shot, you're basically getting a guaranteed proc on a fixed location, which could be fantastic for KO. Like especially if you run this with impact, for example, you just stack all of those on the head. I would love to see what happens if 4 charge blade users do the same thing, and you then go in for a meaty axe attack, and again, if that procs with impact energy, then you are going to have some crazy KO potential. Perhaps this could also be like a halfway house for, I know definitely like when it came to sort of using super anti-element discharge and stuff in this game, sometimes the attack spread wasn't quite as precise as it had been in previous games, so sometimes people would whiff this a lot more. Maybe, admittedly this is a different move, but maybe this is sort of a solution for that because you can then just stockpile that damage on a fixed location. Either way, I'm definitely keen to check it out because Charge Blade has always been my second son after, of course, Sword and Shield, so if this definitely gives us sort of some meaty new things to play with, I definitely can't wait to jump back in with this weapon. Anyway, that's for the time being. Quick little preview on Charge Blade. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Let me know if you noticed anything else. And of course, do be sure to keep it locked because we're going over the other weapons as well. If you've missed any of our recent videos, you can check out one of these on the channel. And again, keep it locked for plenty more from Sunbreak.